Hello, I'm Dr. Deborah Sword here with my friend and co-host Tyson Bankert.
Hmm. Hi everyone, my name is Tyson. I'm a artist and facilitator here.
Tyson, have you ever ended a friendship because of a fight or maybe a friend
hmm
ghosted you? And then after the conflict, maybe you were happy to be done with the former friend, but you still spent time arguing with that friend in your thoughts, explaining that they were wrong and you were right, and you wind up supplying even their end of their conversation for them.
yes, this happens more than I would like. Ending friendships can be hard, and there's always this kind of grieving process because it's not like they've moved or they've passed away, which are other reasons for missing someone. But the death of a friendship can also be you still miss that friendship at times, even though there's lots of conflict that may have arisen. And I think it's normal, especially for me, when people have that conflict that they replay in their head over and over and over again the circumstances of what happened, the conversations, and the changes that ended that friendship. I've been through it, and I think that there's always times where I've regretted my behavior and not said the things that should have been said. And that cycle in my mind keeps keeps replaying, and it can also really disrupt the way I sleep, how I concentrate on things, and that mental energy. Just having to um, you know, keep playing those circumstances back in my head.
Yeah, even though we believe that conflict ends a relationship as if the relationship no longer exists,
Mm-hmm.
fact, conflict ties the people together in one of the most tightly coupled bonds. Few emotions are stronger than feelings of anger, betrayal, pain, rage, insult, rejection, hurt feelings, mistrust. Conflict is a tightly coupled relationship in your mind. So when the situation ends, the conflict can linger on because you haven't finished with the conflict. Even when you go about your day, you keep your appointments, go to work, maybe shop on the way home, but there's still this low grade interference with your sense of well being.
Yeah, I've done that so often. My well being is disrupted. I think about how I need to feel that justification, that validation, that righteousness, the thoughts of why I'm being misunderstood right now, and just generally being really upset. And I often argue that in my mind with with this friend, right? This former friend. And the bottom line is though that avoiding and ignoring or pretending, um, um, a, and just like living in that imaginary world doesn't ever really resolve that conflict. And it can lead to so many rippling effects to what you've mentioned. And and although I don't ever really want to, I know that that unresolved conflict that I'm feeling needs to somehow feel I need to feel better, right? And so dealing competently with the person or people that I'm in conflict with is the best solution to putting that conflict behind me, even though I don't want that friendship.
And that sounds like such a simple solution, but it's hard to do because those are strong emotions. That hurt, anger, rejection, your ego is involved, your belief in your point of view that you
hmm
we become unwilling to back down. You want to let those emotions go, but how? You're right. The conflict competence strategy is reaching out to the other person. You want to end this well. Maybe to change it from a tightly coupled conflict relationship in some way, the best possible outcome might be to former friends. But if you can't get there, you can still forgive, ask for forgiveness, or in some way that works for you, come to terms with what happened.
hmm Being able to communicate and share about the conflict I is more than just sort of giving a piece of your mind. It's actually about really giving yourself a peace of mind. And when I think about reaching out to someone who maybe has hurt me in the past, I stop thinking of it as I'm losing the conflict or that I'm somehow graveling for validation. um, it's really facing that conflict with dignity and grace, and realizing that you're not here just you're not losing a fight. You're actually gaining self-respect, and learning new skills, self-awareness, and insight on how you can show up in the world for the relationships that you do want.
That's right. If we don't think of it as losing a fight, but of gaining self-respect, new skills, and insights, then you're the winner. And better yet, you win the correct conflict. You're winning the one between your mind and your thoughts.
That's right. Um, yeah. We'll be back every week. So please join us again and tell your friends that we are discussing how to do conflict better because you never know when you might be called upon to be conflict competent.
We all need to own our conflicts, and the Conflict Owner's Manual will show you how. Thanks for listening, and we hope you'll subscribe to our podcast.